our second technique in the fundamental syllabus, we're going to look at going from the half guard pass, but sometimes our partner is going to twist their hip, which makes it hard for us to go directly to mount. So, we're going to start the same position. I'm in half guard, she has my right leg trapped, and we are here. I'm still going to get the same idea. I want the head, I want the underhook here, I want decent shoulder pressure here. But again, sometimes either if she keeps her hips tilted towards me, again, I can start to do the same thing. I can start to come up. My knee may even come to about here. It's very hard to force it to the other side here and thus into the mount position here. So if this does happen, either I get to here and she turns, or I just literally just get to here in the first place. I'm going to need to do something slightly different. Initially, I'm just going to show this movement without the control, so you can see it a little bit better, but I will do the full version afterwards. So, again, I'm going to free my knee out the same kind of way. My back foot is still pushed down it. But again, I can't bring this hip to the floor, so I can't put this knee on the ground on the far side of her. So instead, once I realize I get to here, I'm going to take my knee to this side here and step my left leg out here. Then I'm going to slide my knee outwards and down and back, keeping this pressure still up here. I can change my grips. Again, we'll look at it afterwards. And I'm going to pass down to the side here and then settle into side control in some variation. So basically I'd like to transition straight to the mount, but again, if the hips are angled this way, this is much, much higher than this hip, and so it's very, very hard to force. The better my control over the shoulders, the better my shoulder pressure, the easier the transition to mount, but sometimes you just can't stop it. So if I am here, so I am set up, I will start and then same turn, toes come in, I start to come up, but she's still on the side, or my weight shifted too much here, or even if I'm pushing hard, but my knee is just not able to get to the far side of her body. So I get to here, I'm going to drop my right knee down, my right hip down, and settle in here. Now, for now we'll keep the same grips, so I want to slide my knee down and away, drop my hip with it, here and here, and I'm just going to keep working out, keeping my chest tight to her, and working from here. I can kick out a little bit if I have to, and I will settle in to here. Once I get to the side, I want to make sure I can control this, so I'm going to take my right knee close to her hip, here, preferably all the way underneath it, driving it away and turning it to the side so her hips are forced away, because I couldn't beat her shoulders, but if I just stay here, she'll keep her hips angled towards me, and it's going to be a hassle to deal with. Okay? I'm trying to get it back, but I'm going to end up a long way away from her. So as soon as I pass out, here, this clears, and then my knee will go back in, here, and I'll settle into side control. Alternatively, if you prefer a slight change of grip, this is a little bit, transitions always make things more complicated, but it is a valid way if you feel your weight is a bit compromised. So again, my knee will come out the same way, and I'll get stuck on this side here. If you feel that you're off balance a little bit, a lot of the time people will keep this right underhook tight, making sure I still have this arm hooked. I'm going to grab this hand, pull it here, and then just move my weight over to this side. So I don't have to worry so much about being tilted too much over. It's easier to ground myself here. My hip is still pushed down, almost like I'm throwing a kick, and then my shin is on the ground here. Okay. Once I have this, again, I can keep this hand pulled up. This is how I'm going to turn her away if the head pressure isn't working. If I have great head pressure, it doesn't matter. If she's starting to turn towards me, it's hard to control the head. I will control her elbow and shoulder together. I can pull these up, and that does the same kind of thing. When I am doing this, same, I don't want to make sure I tilt too far over. I will get rolled. It's going to get messy from there. So I want to pull this up whilst also sliding myself down. Sorry about that. So yeah, I'm looking to drop my hips all the way down and away. This stays up. It doesn't need to be crazy high. I just want to stop the elbow going to the floor. When the elbow goes to the floor, she turns, and then even though I may keep all of this, there's a chance you can then pummel the arm back in. She can turn. Best case, things get kind of awkward from there. So best case, she gets to her knees, and I have to get her back instead. But I don't want to lose that kind of control. So one more time. Doing this without the belt, because that's how professional we are. So, again, same control, I set myself up, so I'll do the second motion one more time. So again, I drop my hip, toes come in, up we go, up we go, up we go, knee comes across. Try to make sure your knee hits the floor here. You don't want to leave it like up all the way across here. Knee hits the floor, which staples the bottom leg to the ground. We can grab this elbow here and pull it upwards. Again, you can grab no gi, you can grab gi. You want to try and be at the elbow or higher. You can do it here, but that generally means my weight shifts over, and you have to be very comfortable with your position. It's easier, it will slip because you don't have direct elbow control. So if you go down underneath here, that's good. Some guys will go the opposite way. It's a little bit harder for me, but if you have that grip, it still works fine. Hip and knee go down towards the ground. This stays off the ground, and this settles in here. Once I have this, get up and pull a tiny bit more, bring my knees in, settle. Same thing applies. I want to make sure I turn her away to stabilize the position, to stop her from continuing to turn towards me. So by lifting this up and driving across, that makes it very difficult for that turn to happen. So my knees can now fill the gap, and I can settle into side control without worrying about immediately replacing a guard. That is the knee slice finish from the half guard class.